Hi, and welcome to episode 42 of the Muscle News and Merlin Bodybuilding Podcast with my good buddy Eric Brozer. How are you? How are you, Eric?
Doing okay. Still
Yeah,
out here in California visiting my parents and you know, hanging out. The weather has been gorgeous here, although it's like freaking like 95 degrees here, which is
yeah.
it's not even spring yet.
No,
We're hitting 95 here.
here in Malta it's getting a bit, chilly at night. It's raining, windy. So, but that's going to end very soon, and it's just from night to day. It will be like, living in hell for until the winter. No rain, just heat, heat, heat. So
Yeah, well,
it's,
same for me when I'm back
um,
in Vegas, which
yeah,
should be soon. But otherwise, all's good and
yeah,
feeling a lot better physically. I think
yeah,
that blood clot thing that I was
yeah,
going through, I think
yeah.
is hopefully resolved and just doing my thing and
Good, good,
ready
good.
for another podcast here.
Yep, yep. So this week we have some things to talk about. The Detroit Pro, a bit of the Arnold UK, and some other tidbits. Uh,
Yep.
I just want to put out there that Guy Cisternino, our last guest, they kind of made it official that he was like coaching coaching Nick Walker. We knew about it before the
But he
interview.
asked he asked us to kind
But
of keep it
so we kept
under
it
wraps.
quiet, and I sent him a message this week. I said, "Listen, listen, guy. I said, I know, we promised not to leak it out, and and because I saw it popping up everywhere. Guy was, Nick's coach. Guy was this. He wasn't really his coach because he was explaining it on Fuad's channel. He grew into becoming his coach. It was first a second.
Yeah, he was really just being a second eye and helping
Yeah,
him out, but then became more and more involved as he got closer.
yeah, and he said, yeah, he said, I know, you guys said nothing. He said Nick was telling everybody. But you know, um he did sorry, I'm still under the weather a bit. He basically, they worked well together, and he did what he had to do to make sure that he's you know into top shape. He was saying that he didn't really cut off all his water near the end. He let him drink. I don't know how many liters or whatever he was drinking, and it worked out. It worked
I
out.
think the point of, and I think Guy would probably agree. I don't think Guy like did anything magical. I think basically what Guy did is kept his head straight
Yeah,
and didn't let him do anything crazy last minute to throw off his
yeah,
condition
yeah,
because
and
he was probably like, "Look, you look amazing,"
yeah,
which we discuss all the time. You look
yeah,
amazing 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out.
yeah,
No need to cut your water or add in any
exactly.
crazy foods or
And
cut sodium, this and that. If you look great, he just kept them on the
yeah, and
straight and narrow.
and the off season basically was Nick alone. So,
That's what I'm saying. I think Nick, that's Guy. What he mainly did is just kept Nick on
yeah,
course instead of
yeah,
trying to do something
yeah,
crazy
yeah.
that
He
throws him
got
off shape.
he got the boat to sail into the port safely, basically.
Exactly. He
So
landed the plane calmly.
exactly. Yeah. So I wanted to get that out of the way, but when somebody tells us something, we keep our word, even though you're dying to leak it out, but you don't want to do those things, because
No,
there,
no. If somebody says they want to be
yeah,
kept under wraps, we keep under wraps.
yeah, I prefer the friendship, the trust, and when you break that trust, then it sticks with you forever. So moving on to the Detroit Pro.
Detroit.
Uh,
It's an interesting show. No big heavy hitters, but it's interesting.
no, the open division, there wasn't any.
I think Nick should have just gone into the show and blown everybody away and had his qualification
Yeah, that's what I can understand.
because it would just been, just get it out of the way and be done.
Yeah, I mean, he could have. I don't know, maybe he wants a challenge to earn his qualification, but like we said, you don't know what's going to happen the day after. You know what I mean? You just get it over with. You know, uh, and even the Arnold UK, he probably. I mean, all right, there's going to be Andrew Jack there as well, but maybe Andrew might be a bit off, and Nick would be, a bit
Even better.
sharper,
Yeah.
but leave the Arnold UK because he has to get on a plane. Not too many people want to travel at this moment, all right? But
Yeah.
the Detroit Pro, you know,
Yeah.
just get in your car and drive there,
A couple of people that I think should have done the Detroit Pro. Like I even think that, Raphael could have like, tightened up a little bit and gone
Yeah,
over there and had a
yeah,
good shot at winning.
yeah.
Uh, well, obviously Brandon Curry doesn't have to worry about it, but
No.
yeah, I mean, like guys like that, I think no, there's no reason why they shouldn't. But listen, what the hell do I know? I don't know what's going on in their life.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah. I mean,
simplifying. But
Raphael, Raphael, he went
he could have
second. Yeah,
gone in there and won the
yeah,
show.
yeah. He split up with Neil, apparently as
He
well,
split
right?
with Neil Hill, yeah, which was a
Yeah,
little surprising to hear, but
yeah. So,
it happens.
yeah,
Coaches sometimes lose athletes, and
yeah, and
sometimes it's justified, sometimes it's not, in
yeah,
my opinion.
and
But
Mike
it happens.
Sommerfeld lost his opportunity to compete at the Detroit Pro as well because he apparently
Missed
got
the
his thing
time.
in late. Yeah, that I saw that a bit. To be a professional and do a screw up like that is a bit, you have
Yeah,
to
that was a kind of a strange
you have
one,
to be careful,
but
So maybe there's more to it than that. But anyways, so the Detroit Pro, we have. Let me get up the thing here. So we have the Men's Open, Mohamed Foda, Blessing, the Boogeyman, you know, Elias McCall, Patrick Moore plays fourth, Chris Miller, Nathan Epler, Chris Jones, the Leandro Sensini, Ronald Gordon, Walter Martin, Abu Konate, Aaron Golly, and Derek Donger. I mean, 90% of these guys, I don't really know who they are, you know?
no, I mean,
And
really, I only really kind of know the top
yeah,
four
the
well.
top four or top six, let's say top six. And the men's classic, Wesley was the man of the weekend, basically,
Well,
He
he
was
he
like
killed it, man.
the
Like he might, I
biggest.
think he may have been better than he was at the Arnold.
Yeah, he's the biggest name there. You have Wesley, Wesley won, Ethan Goharij came second, Pauline Samezu third, David Aguilar, Lamar Shaw, Victor, and it keeps going down. There's no other big names, but the classic physique guys are all they all look great. Um,
Incredible physiques.
yeah, we can. I queued the posing routines of the winners. Um, Let me see.
Well, I'm not surprised at all to see that Mo won. I think that he's got amazing potential,
Yeah.
and I think that he's going to be. He's got potential to be a top
Yeah.
six Olympia
Yeah.
guy at some
Yeah.
point. You just got to refine a little bit more, but he's got all the tools.
Yeah. This is oh, sorry. Did I push play? Okay. This is him. No, great physique. I think
Looks
sometimes
great in that shot.
yeah, I think sometimes the midsection they have to control it a bit better, you know?
That's the only really knock that I would have on him because other than
Yeah.
that, he's developed everywhere.
Yeah. No, he's a
Um,
big boy.
there's no weaknesses on him, and he's got
Mm.
just tremendous muscle bellies.
Yeah, huge
He's
legs.
got his legs and upper body are even.
Yeah.
He's there's really no weaknesses. He's just got to control,
Yeah.
which is hard. It's definitely a challenge for some of these big
Yeah.
guys
And
to
listen, with
do.
a black backdrop, which this show is popular for, you have to
Yeah,
make
everybody loves
sure
that.
you have to make sure you're on looking good because this will even exposes your weak points as well. So there's no distractions, which something I think that Fuad really, he kept his word, bringing this type of stage. Um,
He really, really looks. I mean, he really is tremendous. This guy's
yeah,
tremendous. He's got,
yeah. So
I don't know what.
um,
He's got great body parts. He's got great
yeah,
flow. He's not one of those tall guys. He's one of the shorter guys with just mass.
uh-huh,
Um,
uh-huh.
but he's qualified for the Olympia now, so
Yeah.
now he's got to put it together for the Olympia.
I'll show Wesley now, and then we'll show some pictures from the MPC website. Um, so this is Wesley,
Wesley
'cause
was
to show
tremendous.
all the bodybuilders who'll be here all night.
No, we don't got to do that, but a
Yeah.
few things. But
Hopefully an
Wesley was on point.
hopefully an advert doesn't pop up. So this is Wesley, you can see that I think he did a Terminator routine, you know. Uh, his condition is incredible. You know,
It would be interesting if Chris Bumstead was still competing to see the two of them standing next to each other. If
yeah,
if Wesley shows up in this shape,
yeah. I Wesley's legs are in incredible condition, but I think they might need a little bit more size, a little bit from the front, you know. But then it might throw him off for his weight. You know what I mean? That's the thing. You have to be
well,
careful.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know how close he is to his limit. He's a little bit, and this is being hypercritical, a little bit boxy in the waist.
Yes, yes, yes.
He
That's
doesn't have like that taper into the
no.
waist. He has just a very straight on
Yeah,
boxy waist, but he maximizes his the size of his lats and shoulders to
yeah,
kind of tone down the look of his waist. But he's got muscle everywhere, and
yeah,
his conditioning is fantastic. I mean,
yeah,
he's got some of the just cleanest conditioning.
yeah. When he's on, he's on, I mean, it's unfortunate at the Olympia that sometimes he misses it, a bit. But when it
You
comes
got to
to,
bring it at the Olympia, but if he
yeah,
brings it like this,
when it comes to the Arnold, he's always like, it's his second Arnold title. And if he wins this, he'll do a double twice, because he's already
yeah,
done it
no,
before. If he wins
he's
in the
definitely
Arnold UK, you know?
he's definitely a huge front runner now
Yeah,
because we
yeah,
don't know what Mike Summerlin's going to look like. Well, we'll
yeah,
know next week at the
yeah,
Arnold
yeah,
UK, but can Mike Summerlin come down to 204 and still look like Mike Summerlin?
exactly.
Or can Wesley take him out because
Yeah,
Wesley can come in in his top shape.
yeah. So we saw, let me go get the winner. So back to bodybuilding. This is Mohammed. I hope it works. It works with the sharing. Are you seeing this?
Yes, I am.
So that's Mohammed. So if I change it, are you seeing the changed page?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. Um, so this is, Mohammed. Again, the black background really, helps see the physique better. Um, no, I mean, I mean, maybe he can be a bit more, slightly more conditioned, slightly. I don't know if I'm
Yeah, a
seeing.
little, maybe a little bit drier, but I mean, he's in
Yeah,
condition.
no,
Can't
no.
say he's not in condition. I mean,
When
his
he's
legs are
like
like
this,
rocks.
the abs look quite good, but
Because
sometimes
there
when
he's controlling it. It's mostly when he transitions through the
yeah,
side poses where a lot of the guys have the problems because they just forget about their waist.
yeah, yeah,
Nick has that problem too. Ronnie used to have that problem. Coleman, you
yeah.
got to be pulling the waist in at all times, and that's something that takes a lot of practice. But look at his physique. I mean,
No, no, it's great.
huge legs, huge
Yeah,
arms, huge biceps and triceps,
yeah,
big
biceps,
lats,
biceps that everybody wants to see.
and look at the triceps too, how they
Yeah,
hang down.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, and his waist is not terribly large.
yeah. I mean, at the
It's
Olympias, this a top 10 physique, maybe, you
I
know.
think that he could threaten top 10. Yeah.
Yeah,
He can't threaten top six yet, but he could threaten
yeah,
top 10.
yeah. Um,
And he's got a back too. That's the thing. A
yeah,
lot of these sometimes you don't know if, but when he turns around, he's got a back.
yeah, yeah.
We got a lot of photos of him.
Yeah, there's a
It
lot
looks,
here. Let me let me
yeah.
uh let me see if I can get. No, that's all they don't have of the back. Oh no, they
Oh,
do,
they
they
don't have
do.
a back. That was the
They
last one.
they do. Are you seeing these?
I see this where he's just kind of almost going to do a lat spread.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me go here. Okay. So here, you seeing this or no?
Right now, I still see that same lat
Okay,
spread
okay, that's the
starting
same.
starting to do it.
Yeah, let me one sec. Let me get this up. Uh, so, okay, here's his back. Let me get this up here. It's a bit tricky to share these. You seeing this? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep,
So
his glutes and hamstrings are pretty damn tight.
yeah.
Not quite the level of Nick's hamstrings, but
No, 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 no.
but
Yeah.
look at the back though. I mean, it's got a thick,
Yeah. Look at
wide
this.
back.
Look at his
That mass across the top is incredible.
yeah, you know, his chest is like
He,
just um
his chest is literally rising up to the side, the height of
yeah.
his shoulders, but he's got a lot of thickness and a lot of density.
Yeah.
He's definitely,
Yeah.
and he's young, isn't he? He's a young guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's going to get, as long as he keeps, again, got the kind of physique that if he tries to get too big and his waist starts to expand,
Yeah.
when all
Um
he really needs is refinement.
let me see if I get a lat spread here. Here we go. Um there's the lat
Yeah,
spread.
I mean he's got low lat insertions.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me a little bit of Kai Green, and
Yeah.
um, and that it makes his back nice and wide.
Yeah.
He's got great thickness through the legs, front to back. He's a complete bodybuilder.
Yeah.
He's going to be a threat.
I mean just to look at the second place blessing.
Blessing, everybody's always waiting for Blessing to show up in shape.
Yeah, but look, let me show you this. Look, you know what I mean? His abs never used to be like that, you know? He had, I mean, I remember this guy when he turned pro. I met him in Spain. Obviously, he was 10 times smaller, but he had a more refined physique. It's like his midsection blew out, you know?
Oh yeah, his midsection, which happens a lot with these guys.
And
They
he
try
had
to
a
add all the size.
real bad knee injury. You can tell.
Although I don't think it threw off his legs too much.
No, but there were certain poses from the front. Let me
He was having trouble with.
not having trouble. It was just
You could see the weakness in the leg.
not the weakness. You can see the let me see. Let me get one here.
Was there slightly less size? I didn't really
Let me see.
notice.
I mean,
I mean, I thought he was in very good shape for the show is in terms of conditioning for him. I mean, he's
yeah, look when he's like this, his abs look great. It's when he crunches them, you know. You can see his knee is it's quite
yeah,
swollen.
something's going on there.
Yeah, yeah. I never knew I didn't know he had a bad injury, you know.
At least he didn't pull out of the show. A lot of guys would pull out. He stayed
No,
with it.
I think he solved the problem a while ago. It's just, probably scars from the operation and things that, he can't get rid of
For
now.
having a bad knee, though, there's not too much of a real difference between the thighs, which is good.
No, no, no. I mean, let me see if there's uh his back. Here's a back shot. See.
He's just not he's not as complete as Mo
No.
is.
I think his time has passed. That's my opinion, you know.
I mean his back looks great there.
Yeah.
Um, I just don't know. He can't. I don't really think he can really go much further than this.
No, no. I mean, at least he's popular on social media, you know. I mean, he's a very popular bodybuilder. It's just
Yeah, but
unfortunately,
he looks
between
good. I mean, I'll give
yeah,
it to him though. From the back, he looks great. He really
unfortunately
has.
from not arriving at shows in good condition, he failed a number of times, you know. Um,
Yeah, people kind of they had high hopes for him, and then they just
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
forgot about
yeah.
it
So
after a while.
this is him. I mean,
But obviously, at these smaller shows, he could still do well.
yeah.
But he can't do much right now
I
anyway at the bigger shows.
Yeah, I think he's had a number of injuries or whatever, and his body's just showing, the wear and tear, I like him
That
as a
happened.
bodybuilder. He's a great guy. He gives you the time when you meet him. I mean, um, it's just that his the physique is not there to compete with the top guys. You know what I mean? So um, he got second. but
I'm saying he's still good enough to be in the running at the smaller shows.
top five or top four.
Yeah, but when he gets into the heavy hitter shows with the best, then he's
Yeah,
unfortunately not going to be able to hang with them.
yeah. Let me see, third place. I don't know how far down you want to go. Um,
I want to just go through to third and fourth because I want to see Patrick Moore, who I
yeah,
was happy to see came in
yeah.
good shape.
Let me just get a couple of pictures of this guy. This guy plays third. I mean, the physique starts to show the quality. I don't know how this guy beat Patrick, basically. Um,
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to see more poses. I didn't see everything, all the poses, but yeah, I mean, just looking off the bat,
yeah. I
I
mean,
think that he's obviously thicker. He's obviously thick. I mean,
yeah, all
Patrick is not
right,
a
he's
big
thicker,
bodybuilder.
but Patrick, I mean, um,
Patrick is still like a classic bodybuilder on a bodybuilding
yeah,
stage.
uh,
And Patrick, listen, he doesn't get dry.
yeah.
That's the thing. He gets in good condition. Well, this is still third place. I mean, he looks good. I mean, I'm not going to
No,
take anything away from him.
they obviously they all look good, but
He
we're
looks
we're
great.
we're just analyzing a bit, with a magnifying glass.
I bet you it's probably close between third and fourth.
So let's get Patrick. Let's get a couple of poses here. Um,
Patrick still has just such beautiful lines.
Obviously, Patrick, has that,
Does
you know,
dramatic V taper. Look at the
yeah,
tiny waist.
yeah. He might need more condition. I don't know.
He just needs to still be. I mean, he's still sticking with it and he's getting better because there was a while where I thought he couldn't. He was like done.
Yeah,
A little bit more size and a little bit more conditioning.
yeah. I mean, from the side, it doesn't have the thickness that the other guys do. His legs are
No, he
huge.
doesn't.
Yeah,
He doesn't have. He's not a big guy, but he's got a
no,
beautiful. Few people can match his
yeah,
shape.
yeah,
If you like, if you like the classic, the V taper,
yeah. I mean,
he just it doesn't get. If you look at his glutes, like you could
yeah,
see some
yeah,
striation, but not deep, not like deep
yeah,
hamstrings.
yeah,
His lower back is not chiseled out. He's still just not dry enough.
yeah.
But
But
his physique is, you know,
yeah,
it,
I
it
don't know
looks
how old.
great.
Yeah, I wonder how old he is. I
I
don't
mean,
think
I would
he's
think
that.
he's in his 40s at this point,
Yeah,
late 30s, early 40s.
yeah. Um,
But he's still, if he's still making improvements and he's still getting into first call outs,
yeah, yeah.
he
Um,
should keep going.
did you want to see a bit of the uh classic physique or
Well, who is the second place guy? Let's
Ethan
compare him to Wesley.
Ethan Gohari? I think he's a much shorter guy. This is him, you know.
Oh,
I'm,
geez, I almost thought it was Mike Summerlin for a second there.
yeah. I think he's much shorter than him.
Oh, wow, he is a little compact guy.
Yeah. But I think, from first to second, there's just such a wide gap.
Yeah, no, there's not this wasn't a contest.
I mean, it was
This wasn't a contest if you put,
light
Wesley is,
lights out.
yeah, just as soon as he walks out on stage.
I
Not
mean,
to take anything away from the second place guy, but he's
yeah,
just Wesley's one of the best.
this is his back pose.
Yeah,
Um,
he looks great, but you
no,
can't, and
but
look at his great
when you
conditioning.
put him next to Wesley, it's just
No,
forget it.
it's just
Yeah,
you can't listen, everybody, there's so many professional classic guys that unfortunately there's only the top 10 or only the top 10.
yeah,
There's people who are gonna have to be top 20, top 30, top 40. I mean,
yeah.
it is what it is.
I
And they
mean,
all look amazing.
this guy plays third. You know, there's still a big difference. I mean, these guys almost look, they're way off Wesley. Wesley's like
They're just
he's
not
an
in his class.
Olympian. He's an Arnold Classic winner. You know what I mean? So uh,
But
it is what it
they
is,
look
and
they look great. They're still
no.
placing second, third
Yeah,
in a
yeah, they're
IFBB
great.
show, and can't take anything away from them. And
Yeah, great bodybuilders. Unfortunately, but you know, sometimes when the guys, when they're competing against, the top guys, it's it's not that
Well, it's
easy.
kind of like you take Blessing, who, or
Yeah,
even Mo, who plays first and second in this show. You
yeah,
put him in an Olympia lineup, and they're trying to even get in the top 15. So it's
yeah. That's the difference. We're seeing it was like I don't want to say it was a mid-tier competition other than Wesley, but the not the biggest names was there still they did an amazing show, the crowd loved them, it just these guys were you can say they were lucky not a lot of guys from the Arnold Classic came there because it would have been a whole different ball game,
yeah,
so
yeah. They're lucky that
I mean if
Nick
Nick
didn't show
came
up, or
if Nick
Adi,
showed up
or
he would have won the title. If
even Brandon could have shown up, and he
Brandon
never got
would have won the title, Martin,
Brandon.
he's already won the title there. Was it last year or the year before? I can't remember. But
He would have won
Martin
that show
was
too.
a previous winner as well, So, um,
Any
uh,
any of the any of the top six easily would have still won
yeah,
Detroit,
yeah, yeah,
and maybe even, well, a top seven, because I think Mo was seventh and he just won.
yeah,
So
yeah. Moving on to the Arnold Classic UK,
you have
which is,
UK, so there'll be some guys
yeah,
going over there that from
if I'm not mistaken,
the Columbus Arnold Classic.
it is this weekend, right?
I think
No,
it's this weekend.
no, March 27 to 29, another week to
Oh,
go.
it's the following weekend. Okay,
Yeah,
so the guys have
the
a little more
following
time.
weekend. So there maybe somebody else might, at the moment, that's why I think the Pro League website's not up to date. Um, at the moment, this is the lineup. So you have Andrew Jacked, all right. Martin Fitzwater surprisingly is going to enter, where at 1 minute he said bye to the bodybuilding industry,
Yeah, and he's back.
after his meltdown at the Arnold Classic, um, which is good to see him back on stage. He'll probably be very quiet and,
I Yeah, I mean, we could talk a little bit more about Martin, but
yeah.
I'm rooting for him
No,
to
no, I
make
listen,
a full.
listen.
Listen, well, he
Every,
he in go ahead. You start.
no,
Go ahead.
everybody makes mistakes, all right? Now, his mistake was on, everybody saw it,
And
the
he's
way,
made more than one, to
yeah,
be
he
fair.
made
He's
more
made more
than
than one.
one throughout the year, and this was the icing on the cake, celebrating that Nick Walker didn't win. For me, that was totally out of point. He apologized afterwards, all right, but I still would like him to apologize personally to Nick, even though they don't talk to each other or whatever. He still has to be a man and you know, uh, let me get this off for now. And apologize to him. Uh, was the media hard on Martin? Yes, but the media is there to report what he did. Nobody wanted him to lose his sponsorship. He's the one that said, "Are you happy now? I lost my sponsor." No, that was your doing. All right. I mean,
Yeah.
listen, he was with Raw. Chris Bumstead let him go. You know what I mean? So it's not like, you know, uh it's not we don't want to see him without sponsors. It was his doing, and now he has to work his way up again and get them back. He can't find sponsors. It's not a problem. But you cannot say the media were bullying him. We were doing our job, reporting what happened at the event and giving our opinion. Now, if nobody likes that, I mean, listen, man. I don't. I mean, if when Mike Tyson bit off what's his name's ear,
Sommerfeld.
yeah, when he bit off his ear, nobody praised Mike Tyson. They ripped him to shreds, you know? And Mike had a problem, literally. So obviously the press are gonna make they're gonna love things like that. But nobody wanted to see Mike Tyson, uh, go to jail or lose all his money and all these bad things. Listen, it's for every, what is it? For every action, there's a reaction or whatever. How do you say it? I mean, if you spit in the air, it's going to come back down. You know what I mean? So you have to be careful out there, especially on the world stage. I am. I don't know if you wanted to add something to it.
I
So
mean, I just want to say, listen. It's very obvious that Martin has made a few mistakes. lost his temper, acted disrespectfully to other fellow athletes, the media. But I mean, obviously everybody's going to have their opinion about it, because we've heard people who want to basically just send them down the river.
Yeah.
And then you've had other people who say, hey, listen, you don't know what's going on in his life. You don't know what things he's dealing with, what demons he has, you know, give the guy a chance. I mean, I'm a student of psychology. That's what my degree is in. So I think more along the lines of what's going on in people's minds and stuff. And
Yeah.
it's obvious that Martin did a couple of things that have been wrong, but I don't think that he should be just completely, cut off from the sport, or just, you know,
Yeah.
just disappear and be canceled.
No, no,
I
no,
think
no,
that
no.
I think that it's up to Martin now to live up to what he did. To he did a little apologizing, but I think he should apologize directly to Nick.
Of course.
He doesn't have to be his best friend, but just as
No.
his as a another pro, just say, I screwed up. I'm sorry. Congratulations on second place. I shouldn't have acted like that. But give the guy a chance. Give the guy a chance to
Yeah.
to save face. You know, he sees some consequences took place, which is losing sponsors and losing money, which is major consequence, losing a lot of fans, which is major consequence.
Yeah.
But give him, I say give him a chance. Give him a chance at least to do the right thing and
Yeah.
earn back people's respect and trust,
Yeah.
get his sponsors back. If he chooses not to do that, okay, well then maybe it's time for him to go, or just realize you're not going to have sponsors, you're not going to have
Yeah.
fans.
Yeah.
Nobody can criticize him for not being an amazing bodybuilder, because he
No.
is.
No.
And listen, I mean, if you want to compare it to, I mean, everybody out there has their favorite sports teams, whether it be baseball, football,
Yeah.
soccer, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I can guarantee you that not everybody on that team is a saint. You know
Of
what I'm
course not.
saying?
Of
There's
course not.
you find out later that there's guys, beating their wives, or
Yeah.
committing crimes, or doing terrible things.
Yeah.
Everybody's got skeletons, so
Yeah.
you can't just
Yeah.
just a lot of people, you just don't know about it. Martin just
Yeah.
wore his heart
Yeah.
on his sleeve, and
Yeah.
did something publicly like that.
It's
So,
like what's his name that passed away of Friends? And what was his name on Friends, the series, the one that passed away,
Matthew Perry.
Matthew Perry. He was like when he was talking about, not long before his death, he was talking about like he used to be a total disaster when they were filming, and nobody when he would just do a switch and nobody would know.
Yeah.
And they were showing clips, and he said, at this moment I was at the lowest part of my life, alcohol and whatever else and things like that, but he was a professional. He did what he had to do and he got out, and then he battled his demons afterwards. But you can't do this on the world stage. I mean, it's I hope at the Arnold UK, obviously he'll get the sympathy of the fans. I don't think the fans are gonna I don't think the fans are gonna, boo him or anything like that. They might just give him a standing ovation, because he made it there. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, well, so basically, I mean, without talking about it forever, I just think give the guy a chance
no,
to
no, give him
redeem
a chance.
himself, and if he
But
doesn't,
yeah, but I just want to say he made a mistake. The media had the right to talk about it. They had the right to give their opinion, but nobody, I am sure nobody gave their opinion or reported it in a way so he loses all his sponsors. I am sure, you know,
no, I don't think that he lost the sponsors himself. I mean,
that's it.
he
And
lost them himself, and that was it. I
and
mean,
we don't know how he reacted when they contacted him. So, those are things that we'll never know. All right. So, I mean, so getting back to the lineup, so
but I'm
Martin,
glad to see Martin's there. I hope he
yeah,
comes in top shape and can
maybe,
battle.
because of contract, he had to go. We don't know the reasons that,
Well,
one
I don't
minute,
know what contract that would be
yeah,
now, but
one minute he said bye to everybody, and the next minute we're seeing him on the lineup here. It's still not next week yet, so lots of things can happen in a week. So Martin, Brandon Curry, which will be, I think he'll be fighting for second.
Brandon certainly can fight for second, because a lot of people, just physique wise,
Yeah.
thought that Brandon had beaten Martin at the
Yeah.
Arnold, and I would say it was pretty close because
Yeah.
Brandon was at his very best and
Yeah.
Martin was not quite at his very best.
Yeah. So, Hadi Chupan's not there as well. Akeem Williams.
Now, what was the do you know the reason why Hadi isn't going? Is it a visa thing, or he just chose not to compete? I didn't really hear.
Some people are saying he was not happy with the third place. Some people are saying that he thought he should have won. Some people are saying that, it was a visa thing and this war thing and all this stuff. And
So we don't know for
well,
sure.
nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Oh,
Nobody knows.
yeah, I didn't know
So,
if there was anything definitive.
yeah, yeah. I mean, maybe he's thinking that if he plays third at USA and there's you know Andrew Jack here, he's not going to win. He probably did put that in his head as well.
Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Hassan, Akeem Williams, a top five guy. We know his little bit weakness from the back. High lats. Uh, Huge bodybuilder from the front. I mean, he's incredible. Side chest and
From the
stuff.
front and the side,
Yeah.
he's
Hassan
huge.
Mustafa, tons of muscle. He just has to, uh, come in the right condition. Uh,
Yeah, he's for him, it's a
yeah,
conditioning thing. We know
yeah.
he's big enough.
Mohammed Foda, uh,
Who just won, right?
he
That's
just
who just
won.
won.
Yeah. So,
He could be a factor. We'll see where
yeah,
he
he's
goes.
coming off a win, third, fourth place. I can see him. Blessing, top five, maybe fifth, sixth with these, with Brandon there and Akeem and Martin. I don't
Well,
see him.
you already know that it's Martin. The top three spaces are
Yeah,
full.
yeah,
So who is going to take the fourth and fifth spot?
yeah. Patrick Moore will be fighting for fourth and fifth, you know, fifth,
Yeah,
sixth. Yeah,
I think Patrick and Mohammed will
yeah,
be and Blessing will just be fighting it out.
yeah. This Abu Konate,
I have to say that I do not know him.
that's what I'm going to look for.
Do
So,
not know who that man is.
oh, did we see him was he in Detroit? No. So let me get this up. Yeah, he was in Detroit. Did we see pictures of him? The guy's a beast, huh? Yeah,
We have looked at him before, but I don't think we saw him. We
yeah.
didn't look at him.
I think this is in Detroit. Yeah, look at that. Did he play
He's pretty
second?
impressive.
Huh?
Pretty
No.
impressive.
Did he place third? What the hell did he place? I have to check.
He didn't place third.
Oh, what a physique, huh?
Yeah, where did he place?
Yeah, incredible.
He's some thick dude.
Yeah, look at that. Let me see. Sorry, guys, I forget names. I mean,
It's hard to keep up these days.
he placed
Not that
11th.
at Detroit?
Yeah. I mean,
Wow.
looking at him, all right, Patrick, let me use Blessing as an example. I see this guy more compact and, no weak points compared to Blessing or even Patrick. Putting him next to Patrick, this guy's like chiseled out. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's the way I'm seeing bodybuilding. Maybe I'm a bit, old-fashioned or
Well, you really kind of have to see them in the
I
mandatory
know,
shots
but
together. But he
but
definitely looks impressive there.
I mean,
Unless
geez.
the judges just didn't know him and he's going to have to get
Well,
known.
he's going to be at the UK, so I can imagine, it's going to be an amazing event. Uh, Classic Physique, we have um,
It looks like it's a two-man show.
Sam Sulek. All right, Sam is he won't be placing high. That I mean, we all know Sam. Obviously,
Well, in
guys
this
out.
lineup, if the lineup stays like it is right now, he could be
Yeah,
fifth.
but all right, Sam, he could compete at other events. He could have competed at other events before the Arnolds, but it's obvious that the Arnold. management are taking advantage of his followers, millions of followers. He has his pro card, and people are saying that he earned this pro card quite easily at the Arnold Amateur. So it's all conspiracy. But when you see the numbers add up, it's no brainer why he's there. He brings in the fans. Money, fans are money. So
If there's anybody who could be contracted to be there, it would be him.
yeah, yeah,
And Sam is a young kid
yeah.
making seven
Yeah.
figures.
I
So
mean, fantastic physique, but he's not at that Arnold level. That's what I
no,
believe. Yeah,
yeah.
So
But he's done a lot. I mean, he comes in condition.
no,
He comes in hard as
listen,
nails.
a social media guy, everybody thought, he was just, drinking milk and eating cereal and getting, skinny, fat, chubby
No,
bodybuilder.
he's obviously serious about it.
And he proved he can come in and do a diet. You have Wesley, so Wesley is going in as a favorite, regardless if finally Mike Sommerfeld is going to be at the event. I mean, there's still a week to go. I'll be satisfied when I see him step on stage because he lost
He
weight.
can't mess up again. I
Yeah,
mean,
he missed weight at the Arnold USA. He misses the Detroit Pro for 3 hours registration. So God forbid, you know. But is Wesley a favorite going into this? I think so. Because when Mike Sommerfeld uh, goes down in size, I see his upper body, he loses it. He loses that pop, you know.
yeah,
Uh,
when you're already in shape and you weigh 211,
yeah,
um, and then you have to come down it's different to coming down 2 pounds, it's one thing, but to come down 7 pounds,
yeah, yeah,
you're losing muscle, and it's going to come off of his weakest body parts first. So
yeah.
yes, a full and round and hard Wesley Vissers can beat a Mike Sommerfeld who's
Yeah.
not at his best, which I don't think
Yeah.
he could be the best at 204.
So we have Andrea Mammoli. We'll go through them. Or maybe I'll find some on Instagram. Paul Kanu, George Herrera, Kim Angel, Angelo Rossi, and Luis Roberto Valenzuela Ramos. So this Andrea Mammoli, I think I know if it's that guy. Is it that guy I sent you remember I said who the hell is this kid? Andrea Mammoli. Um, yeah, that Italian kid. Remember I sent you this week? I said,
Yes, you
Look at
did
this
send
freak of
me.
nature." Remember I sent you this
Oh
guy?
yeah. Look at that. That's a beautiful pose right there.
Yeah, this guy knows. You're saying this, right? This guy
Yes,
knows how to pose. Look at that.
beautiful pose.
Now that's classic physique there. Listen, man, this guy, he
He's a
can,
danger.
he can. Wesley and Mike have to look out for this kid, huh?
He's not. He's going to be someone to contend with because
Oh, for sure.
his
Look at the
posing
legs.
is incredible. His
No,
physique is
yeah,
beautiful.
this kid, he's Italian. He has that art, that he's just everything, It's
There's no flaws on his
no,
physique.
they have to be careful because this kid can
You
shock
never know.
everybody.
Could
Look
be
at
a
that.
superstar that is waiting to be made.
Yeah. He might not be so tall, but wow, huh?
Yeah, but the physique
Look at
is
that.
there.
Look at that.
I mean, that is a flat. When you talk about just a flat
Yeah.
stomach with abs,
I mean, for me, this is bodybuilding.
I
I don't care
mean,
what people
look,
say. Classic or
no,
body.
that's just. Listen,
That,
if you ask 100,000 people who they'd rather look like him or anybody in the on the open,
that's bodybuilding.
999,999 are going to say him.
Yeah.
Probably.
You, you got used to me now. When I send you a video clip of somebody, you're saying Kevin saw somebody that's standing out. I mean,
Oh
these
yeah,
guys,
you will not send me somebody unless it's
these
somebody
guys
special.
sometimes play sixth or seventh, and for me, that is the look that should have won for some shows, But the judges see it differently. Uh, he
But a lot
plays
of times
third.
they also make people pay their dues.
He plays third at the Arnold USA, huh?
Yes, he was. Yes,
So
he was third.
listen, he's a front runner as well, huh? Wesley and
He's
Mike better be in top shape
he's the
because
kind of guy that can come in and upset the apple cart.
yeah,
He's the kind of guy that could do that.
yeah, and I hope he does well. I mean, if he wins, I'm not gonna complain, you know.
No, because looking at that physique right there, I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of him.
This is another guy, Paul Kanu, another great physique. Look at that.
But I look at all these classic guys, you know what, and they're all just amazing. Like I
Yeah.
just love their physiques.
Yeah.
He's not on the level of
No, he's not on the level of that other kid.
he
Yeah.
still he
Yeah.
still needs has a ways to go, but
Yeah. Let me
but still you can't fault that shape and
yeah, let me get some other the other because the open class guys we knew who they all are, right? So we didn't have to go through them. George Herrera. Yeah, look at this. I mean, come on. That's Olympia. Uh, uh, see if he has. This is the Arnold's. Yeah. I mean, he's still not at the level of the third place of the Italian, but look at that. Another great physique.
that's a lot of rock hard muscle right there.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, come on, man. All these effects.
He's not. We can't see one pose. He's doing all kinds of stuff.
But uh, he's great shape, but still they are a bit further away
Yeah, yeah.
from
They're
what's his
not
name?
there.
From Andrea,
Yeah,
you know?
there's certain tiers,
Yeah.
and
I
Andrea is
mean,
like another tier up.
my I really hope Andrea does well, huh?
He's gonna do well.
He's one of my favorite
I don't see why he won't be top three again.
let me see. This is another guy. Kim Angel. Great condition.
Those are great legs,
Yeah, another great bodybuilder.
rock solid glutes. Always see just such great conditioning in the classic division.
Yeah. Yeah. Look
Just
at that.
such great conditioning. Very rarely do you ever see anybody holding water or
Yeah.
not sharp.
Yeah. Now, we're seeing all these guys. Then I'm gonna do something at the end just to see, you know, um, Angelo Rossi, just to see. I think the classic is gonna be really good at the Arnold UK. Angelo Rossi. This guy he has a bit of work. I think he has nothing. Is it this guy? No, no, I don't think it's him. It's another Angelo Rossi. Sorry. Um, Angelo. I can't really find him. No, I don't think it's this guy. I don't want to show him if it's not him because I don't want to make him. Then
Yeah.
there is Luis Roberto or Luis Roberto. Luis Roberto. These Brazilian guys, I think he's Brazilian, right? Luis Venezuela Ramos. Can't find him either. Uh, Ramos.
Can't find
Um,
him.
no, I couldn't find him. Couldn't find him. But again, if you go back to you go back looking at this kid, it's just miles apart. When you look
Yeah.
at when you look back at him, it's like Wesley, Mike, and him. It could switch, you know.
He
That's
is dangerous.
that's the top three. Now this guy can either beat Mike and come
You can
second.
actually, let me tell you something, Kevin. You can actually argue that out of the three of them, he's the most classic.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
has the most classic lines of
yeah,
any of the three of them.
yeah. I mean, I think Wesley has size on him, but
But that's not what wins it.
yeah, you never get bored seeing this guy pose, man.
He's
I'm
more
telling you.
classic than Mike
Yeah.
is.
I
Mike, to
really
me,
hope he gets to the Olympia. I really hope he gets to the Olympia.
They still have the point system, right? So he
Yeah, I
must be
think they
earning
brought
points.
in the point system back again. Yeah,
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 so he'll earn points for the.
yeah. Wow, that's it's going to be
I'm
interesting.
impressed
I
with
like
him.
these underdog guys that have that
Well,
edge, you know.
we'll keep our eye on him.
Yeah, I'm gonna be rooting for him. I mean, I love Wesley, you know, Mike are great, but these guys have been there, done that, and won. This kid's
No, it's
moving
nice to
up.
see new stars coming in, you
Yeah,
know.
this guy can. That's a potential classic Mr. Olympia, you know. I mean,
That's
a
an
classic
incredible
Olympia
physique right
winner,
there.
you know. So, and he got the best poser at the Arnold UK, another 10 grand. So, hey, at the Arnold USA. So,
Yeah,
listen, it's
not bad.
appreciated. It's
That's not
appreciated.
bad. An
Yeah,
extra 10 grand in your pocket. Nothing wrong
yeah,
with that.
yep. So, that's basically, you know, we gave a bit of who we think are going to win and stuff like that while we're um, you know, talking about it. Shall we move on to looking at a classic physique,
Physique of
veteran,
the past, our look back
are looking back?
segment. Sometimes we look back at
Yeah,
contests, but sometimes we
this
look back at athletes
this week we decided to talk about Gunter Schlierkamp, right? Uh,
who one time beat Ronnie Coleman while he was Mr. Olympia.
yeah, he was like the next. He's Austrian, right? He was like
I believe so.
the next Arnold. He had those biceps, that accent. I think he tried to get into some films and stuff, but you know, he had the look, a lot of covers of
He had a
magazines.
great look.
Yeah, he was,
His
you know,
physique was an interesting physique.
yeah, you
It
know,
wasn't your typical tapered,
no,
small waist physique, but he really maximized
yeah.
everything.
I mean, Gunter, you know, he had that, you know, those biceps with that, you know, the typical Arnold. He had the
That
Arnold
Arnold
arms.
look.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
looked great in
very
a
much so.
t-shirt. You know, everybody wanted to look like him, you
He
know.
was, I'll tell you something. I remember being at, I don't remember which Olympia Expo or Arnold Expo I was at. And I was walking around, and you see all the bodybuilders walking around.
Yeah,
And he stood out to me as one of the most enormous of all of
yeah,
them.
he was a big
He
guy.
just looked enormous.
Yeah, yeah,
He was walking around in a t-shirt or a tank top, and I was like,
yeah.
"Damn, Gunter, you are enormous,
Yeah.
dude."
Look at that. You know,
He was
it,
tall though, wasn't Gunter over 6 feet, like
yeah.
6'1"?
I
So
don't know
he
how he didn't get into the hot, you know, into films, you know. I mean,
he's
um
got look at him. He's got like that smile, like that
yeah.
bright smile.
Yeah, look at
It
him
looks
here,
like
you
he could
know.
be great for films.
Yeah. Look at him with Ronnie.
Now, in the people won't might some people might not remember, but in 2002, I think it was 2002, at uh, the Arnold, Ronnie had won the Olympia, but then he went to another show. Which what was the name of the show? You remember?
I will check on the muscle give me a second.
And Ronnie kind of coasted into the show,
Yeah.
and Gunter came into the show in his best shape, and they actually gave Gunter the title over
Yeah.
Ronnie.
Yeah.
And
And
then
there
I
was
think that pissed off Ronnie so bad that he came into the 2003 Olympia
yeah,
290 pounds and shredded.
there was this whole thing about it that, you know, Gunter's gonna win or he's gonna, you know, he's going to you know, shock everybody. And it was quite, I remember it
I
was,
really think Ronnie coasted into that show thinking, well, it's obviously I'm going to win, but
yeah,
the judges actually gave it to Gunter, and
yeah.
maybe deservedly so.
Obviously, he came through the European ranks. He came
Yeah,
first at the European, you know, amateur championships. Then the German championships, he came first as well. World amateur championships, he came first, got his pro card. All
yep.
right. In 1993. So he placed first. I don't know if he won the overall here. Let me just give it a look. No, they gave a pro card for the first in every division back then. You know,
Mhm.
Jean-Pierre Fouche came fourth
I
back then.
know. I was just looking at that. I'm going, wow.
Yeah, it's amazing. Ronnie Coleman came second in light heavyweight. So
Wow.
basic Ron Coleman, is this him?
No, that's Ron
This
Coleman.
is another
Because
guy. So I thought it was Ronnie
Ronnie
Coleman.
Coleman was in the 92
Yeah,
Olympia.
yeah, my mistake. Not if there's somebody else. somebody else popular. No, it was him. Gunter. You know, uh, he made it through the ranks at the amateur championship. So then he made it to Europe, to the IFBB Pro, and the English Grand Prix. He
It's like
placed
eighth.
eighth. Germany he placed eighth, and Olympia did not place. Canada second, Ukraine 10th. Wow, Grand Prix in Ukraine.
I was just going to say, wow, Ukraine show. That seems so far off
Yeah.
today.
Arnold Classic 11th, Night of Champions 11th. He wasn't a front runner.
No, it took him a long time
Yeah.
before he started really making an impact.
Yeah, he
I
was
think it was around the
always,
year 2000.
yeah, 6th, 10th, 9th, 5th. Then basically he beat Ronnie at the show of
The show
strength.
of strength.
Yeah. So
After coming in fifth at the Olympia.
yeah, so this guy has been placing 15th, 10th, 9th. I think it was condition basically. He couldn't come in the best condition, because that physique. Yeah, here you go.
Look at
Gunter,
that. That
Coleman, Chris, Bob Ciccarello, Craig Titus. Oh God.
oh boy, more prison time. Art Atwood, rest in
Yeah.
peace.
Great. King Kamali.
Yeah,
I don't think he's
but
happy with this being placed
yeah,
behind
well, of course he
Titus.
didn't like that. I'm sure, but that was a crazy show. Everybody was just in shock
Yeah.
when Gunter beat Ronnie. But
Yeah.
that I think that I think that that was good for Ronnie because he came back in 2003 and
Yeah.
murdered everyone.
Yeah, it's an eye opener, right? It's an
He
eye
went he
what?
went to another. He went from
Yeah,
competing at 250 something pounds to competing at 290.
yeah. But look at the size difference, Lee Priest
He
is
look at the
like,
size of his arms though, his
yeah,
big bicep.
yeah, yeah. I think it could have
Yeah,
been
he
a
was.
slightly condition, or maybe, it's just that I don't know,
He had
man.
a kind of a wide waist,
Yeah,
which hurt him. A very short torso,
yeah,
but some poses like that, most muscular, he was awesome,
yeah. I mean,
and
I
he
don't
had a
know.
great look. That smile like carried him far.
Maybe his chest, I don't know, certain poses, maybe I don't know. I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
understand.
maybe as well. Look, if you want to pick him apart, you could say his legs could have been a little bigger, his chest could
Yeah,
have been a little thicker, but really and he was a big Gold's Gym Venice guy. Like
yeah.
he really, for not having the best structure, he really maximized his physique really well, and he really. Um, but then he kind of did he just did why did he retire?
I think here he is with my buddy Ray from Malta, Ray Katsar of Muscle Time. um, uh, I don't know if it was marriage thing problems or I don't.
Because
I
I feel
want.
like he retired when he was at the top of his career doing the best.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
He's got a lot of great shot. I mean,
I think he was trying to, make it in the film industry, and basically, I don't know.
he still looks. I mean, the last
He's
time I
looking
saw
good
him, I
in
saw
his retirement. He lost all the
he looks
size,
good, but he's
obviously,
just
but
way small. He's just small,
but
but he
he's
looks
looking
good.
healthy, which is
He
great.
looks healthy. He looks good.
Yeah. So,
But
uh,
yeah, Gunter was an interesting character. He definitely can always say, "Hey, I beat Mr.
yeah,
Olympia."
yeah. Before we move on, let me just check. Um, Higher. Um, he's saying, according to AI, he retired at 36. His body stopped responding to training, resulting in poor physique conditioning, specifically his legs. He felt his body was no longer cooperating after two decades of intense training. So
Wow,
this,
36. Like that's young these days
yeah,
for a bodybuilder to retire.
yeah, he's
That's
saying,
sometimes usually when some of the guys get into their best ever shape.
yeah, and he wanted to preserve his health, apparently, you
Well,
know.
that's a good reason. That's an excellent reason.
So that's what they're, but I knew he had some kind of marriage stuff and, and maybe, you know, he did have his eye on Hollywood, you know. He would probably wanted to follow Arnold's steps, you know, but you know, he was like a 10th to 12th finisher, sometimes sixth. You know, he didn't really have that, you know. He was, I mean, I think if Joe Weider, if he was around when Joe Weider was younger, I think they would have loved him.
Well, I mean, he worked his way up to fifth at the Olympia. So, I mean, that's
Yeah,
impressive in
yeah,
2001
yeah, yeah,
or 2002, fifth place. So he was on the rise, and then he beat Ronnie,
yeah, yeah.
and then, it
But,
didn't
you
really
know,
happen after that.
back then we know what the level was of bodybuilding. So, like, probably today, if he stepped on stage, I'm not saying he would win or anything like that, but he would be a force to reckon with, you know.
He'd
You
be a
know,
pretty freaking impressive physique
yeah,
up there.
yeah. So, you know, basically, that's looking back at Gunter.
I
Uh,
like to look back at some of these guys though, because
yeah,
it's nice to see what
yeah,
they accomplished and what they compare to the guys today, and you
yeah.
know,
I
um,
mean, after the show, I'm gonna send him a message. Maybe he'll answer. Who knows?
yeah. And then then he goes, "Hey, you put me on the show, I'll come
Yeah,
on."
yeah. I'm just, you know, it's can try, but anyways, um, uh,
So
what?
that's Gunter. So we did
Yeah,
Detroit Pro. We talked about Arnold
yeah.
UK.
Arnold UK.
I don't
What's
really
gonna
think
be
there's.
interesting? I have my money on the Italian Stallion.
I think the Arnold UK will go Andrew Martin and then Brandon.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
Probably.
Or depends on Martin how he arrives and Brandon,
That's my prediction, but I would not be surprised at all to see Brandon
yeah, get
place second.
second. Yeah,
I mean, to beat, I don't, I mean, unless Andrew completely effed up,
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't see him losing
Yeah,
to,
Brandon can sneak up there. No problem.
but I would love to see Brandon. I just love seeing Brandon still in the top in the mix because
Yeah, yeah, why not?
people wrote him off and he's just
Yeah.
still coming back strong.
Listen, no pressure. He's won the Olympia, you know, so he's just enjoying himself, you know, he has nothing to lose. No, you know, nothing to lose. So and the classic physique, Wesley, Mike, and what was his name? Uh
The
Andrea.
third place,
Andrea.
Andrea. That's
Those
gonna be a
three.
that's gonna be a good. I'm interested to see how Andrea does.
And we
I
can't
like
say
him.
that Wesley or Mike's going to win. I mean, if there are going to be maybe European judges, their eyes might see something a bit different, you know. I don't know. You know what I mean?
And
So,
I think a lot of it's going to depend on how Mike handles. I guess he's still with Neil, right? So I mean, how they handle dropping the 7 pounds. Is it going to flatten him out and make him look weak
yeah,
in the chest, or
yeah,
is there is there a way that they can have him weigh in and then fill him out before he steps
yeah.
on stage? We'll see.
We have to see. We have to see.
But Wesley
So,
right now is on the top of his game,
yeah,
and he's going to be
yeah,
tough to beat,
yeah. So,
especially because he's got that height. That height is something that even it's like Arnold used to say, a good big guy will always beat a good little guy. There's
yeah,
just something about height
yeah.
on stage that
But
sometimes just catches your eye.
me from a personal standpoint. If I had to be at an event and to be Wesley and Mike, and then I see Andrea coming on stage, I would probably take 1,000 photos of him. I wouldn't stop taking photos, you know. It just,
He's got a fantastic. Well, also his posing is so beautiful. There's so many shots of him you
yeah,
want to take.
yeah. Obviously, I don't want to forget about them. There's the men's physique, a ton of guys, you know. Brandon Hendrickson, I think he's the front runner.
Oh, he won in Arnold. He's
Yeah,
gonna.
there's a lot
He's
of guys.
awesome.
Andrea Deu, he's another popular guy. Uh, then there's the Bikini International.
Is Laura Lee doing the bikini
I
again
don't
in
know. I
there,
can
or
check here.
because I think she got second.
Yeah. No, and no Ashley Caldwell, so don't ask me who these women are offhand. Um,
There's so many of them,
I'll probably recognize them by, you know, by face, but wellness, you
but
know,
there's still no men's 212 and there's no
no,
women's bodybuilding. Correct? It's the same
nope, nope,
situation.
nope. Fitness International and the pro wheelchair guys. you know. Um, I'm trying to get some female bodybuilders, like I said before, pros. Hopefully, a legend, and maybe I'm trying to. I have a connection trying to get me the numbers and stuff. So, um, I'm trying my hardest to get the female bodybuilders, and they should jump for the opportunity because there's not really any male dominant podcasts that bring female bodybuilders on their shows, so we're giving them the opportunity to talk about
Yeah.
this mini decline that's happening, and what can be done to is it the size? Is it maybe anything. I'm gonna try to be, as if they come on, as open as I can with them. Listen, a female bodybuilder, like try to see it out of the box. How do you see, it's not all right. You have every right to do what you want to do with your own body, but you have to see how the general public sees you and a promoter and all these things put together. You know what I mean? So things that affect the sport, so
Hey, man, listen, on top of that, I'd also like to be able to get on just more females in general. Like, I'd love to get some
yeah,
of the bikini girls on,
yeah, yeah,
some of the wellness
yeah,
girls on. I'd love to get Natalia Coelho on for
yeah,
women's physique.
yeah.
Because, it's interesting to get their perspective on the sport.
Of course.
Um,
Yeah, yeah,
also what it's like to be a female getting ready for a
exactly.
competition or whatever as compared to a man. But so,
Yeah, yeah,
I'm desperately, I really want to get
yeah. I'm gonna
Jen
work.
Dory or Laura Lee
I
or
was a
Maureen in
bit,
the show.
under the weather the last 2 weeks, and uh, I'm gonna try to work on it a bit more. Like, I mean, sometimes you're so sick, even the mobile starts bothering you in front of your face, So it's like,
Listen, when you're sick, you're sick. I mean, listen, I
um,
can't.
uh, I've been watched a couple of series and stuff like that, so that was okay.
Hey, so I saw that on Netflix. They still have the series Frontier with James Preston. Remember
Yeah,
what
yeah, yeah,
it's still
yeah,
on there. You should go watch that, man, because that
yeah.
was a great
I
series.
watched he's the newcomer now, War Machine.
What a good movie.
Yeah, and I watched Reacher, his series of
Well,
Reacher,
yeah,
which
because
that
yeah.
was, I mean, now I'm watching we might as well talk about it. Sutherland, the police one of LA.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Isn't
so
that it's
addictive.
Southland? I think it's called Southland.
Southland, yeah, it's so addictive. Wow, it's incredible. I'm loving it, it's I just love those kind of shows. Anyways, you have any other things to add on?
A real quick question that I got at the gym. See, I'm
Ask.
training right now. Right now I'm in California, so we have a quick ask Merlin.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Mini Merlin is not here with me in California. He refused to leave Vegas, so he's who knows what he's doing over at my house.
Yeah.
Probably doing spells and messing the whole place up. But anyway, so I've been training at this EOS over here in Thousand Oaks, which is really not a hardcore.
Yeah.
There's a few guys I've seen who are pretty good shape, look like competitors, a couple of girls, but mostly it's just kind of your basic average gym. But so I'm kind of like some people have recognized me there, which has been fun. Wanted to take a picture or two, which is really really cool. Always so amazing to have that happen. But one younger guy, and I love when younger guys ask me questions because I always want to set them in the right direction from an early start. So they had noticed, I guess they were watching me train this kid. I think his name was Kevin. Actually, your name, same as you. Um, and he saw that I was training hamstrings with shoulders, not with quads. And then he saw me on another day doing quads with chests, and he was wondering, I don't understand. Don't you train legs together? Isn't that like a rule? You know, and so I talked to him for a little while, and I said, there's really no rules in bodybuilding. It's like you kind of got to have to find what works best for you, and that's why you should always experiment with new things, and you should try new body part splits and from everything, new exercises and different rep ranges and everything. But in terms of what he asked me, he's like, it didn't make any sense to him, and I said, personally, I feel like most people go into the gym when they train legs, they train their quads first most of the time. And by the time they get to hamstrings, they're spent. I mean, if you do a good quad workout, you like almost have nothing left,
No.
you know? So one of my early solutions when I was a little younger, as I said, I felt like I didn't want my quads and hamstrings to be out of balance, so I started training hamstrings first and then quads. But I also started to find that when I was hitting hams pretty hard, by the time you get done with some leg curls, a couple different leg curls, stiff leg deadlifts, you know, the things that you do for hamstrings, I was pretty wasted for quads and I didn't want quads to suffer either. I said, let me try separating them. So when I moved to Vegas, I started separating them. And I purposely put quads with chest because chest for me is a very strong body part. I've always been known for chest, so I don't worry too much about my chest.
Yeah.
So I don't worry if I'm a little off on my chest work. I know a lot of people are like, oh my God, I can't lift as heavy. I'll be
Yeah.
upset, but I don't really give a crap.
Yeah.
I still can get a good chest workout after quads, but and then I do hamstrings and I pair it with shoulders.
Yeah.
And hamstrings doesn't take as much out of me as quads does. So I could still hit a really good shoulder workout. But to me, I find that this has allowed me to get better overall lower body development. I find that even though I'm not in a period of my career at the moment where I'm necessarily trying to blow up my legs
Yeah.
crazy,
Yeah.
I still, want to have good legs,
Yeah.
especially because, as you tend to get older, legs tend to fade, and I haven't let my legs fade. And I feel like doing hamstrings one day and then having a day or two off and then doing quads has served me really, really well. And I can really, really focus
Yeah.
on both of those body parts and hit them hard, before going on to a slightly smaller muscle group in the upper body.
Legs are I'm sorry. Legs is a huge body part.
It's your
I
lower
mean,
half.
so if a person trains biceps and another day trains triceps, why shouldn't you train the front and the back on a separate day when you're doing legs? It's
Yeah,
such a big
it's the
body
same.
part and it takes so
Yeah,
much out of you, you know?
exactly.
It,
Exactly. That big
it,
movement,
yeah,
especially quads. I mean, listen, let's just say you go into like for me, a typical quad workout, I'll go into the gym. I usually start with leg extensions. So I, do leg extensions, forget about my techniques and
yeah,
stuff like that, but I
yeah,
start with leg extensions. And then maybe I'll go on to a squat type movement. I don't do back squats anymore,
yeah,
but a squat machine, which, still is very,
yeah,
very taxing if you do
yeah,
it right.
of course.
Then you go on to, a leg press. Also, another very taxing movement if you kill it. And then sometimes I'll even finish off with leg extensions again, but maybe do one leg at a time, type of movement or something like that. By the time I'm done with that, man, I'm wrecked. I wouldn't want to
Yeah,
think about doing
yeah,
hamstrings.
yeah,
I want to do a small. Now, I could, for some people, chest might be too much because they want to build a chest. So maybe
yeah,
you might want to put like a biceps or something after
yeah,
that, like a smaller muscle group
yeah,
where you don't have to
yeah,
put that much physical effort forward.
yeah,
But I definitely would not want to do hamstrings. I really feel, and I always felt my hamstrings were getting shortchanged after
yeah,
killing quads.
yeah. You
So
know,
I really feel like doing them on separate days works really, really well. And I think more people should
mm.
try it.
you know what? I think after the show, I'm going to send a message to Guy and ask him at your peak, because he had a phenomenal legs and his hamstrings used to hang, you know, like, just hang down. I'm gonna ask him if he trained hamstrings separately. I'm really
I think, I
curious.
mean, that's an interesting question for a lot of bodybuilders. I think that,
Yeah.
when you talk about a lot of bodybuilders in the past, or sometimes professionals, they'll double split. So sometimes they'll do quads in the morning or hams, and then at night they'll go back like 7, 8 hours later.
Yeah.
So they have some recovery time, which, makes sense. Obviously, that's not something I want to do.
Yeah.
And I just found over time, I was just like, my hamstrings were getting behind. I wasn't getting the development of my hamstrings.
Yeah.
And now I actually think that at my age now, my hamstrings are the
Yeah.
best developed that they've ever
And
been in terms of size and
yeah.
roundness.
And if you notice from the older photos, like Lou Ferrigno, Arnold, back then they used to do all the squats and things like that, but the hamstring development wasn't really,
Not much. You didn't see big hamstrings until you saw like
because
Tom
they
Platz.
probably did legs on one day, you
Yeah,
know?
it's and they would do, you talk about Arnold, the volume of
Yeah.
sets,
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
But if you hit, I just, to me, listen, if you're training quads and hams on the same day and getting great results, nothing to say. Do
Yeah.
it. Keep doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just know that if you're having, it's definitely something to experiment with if you're finding, and I think a lot of people probably find
Yeah.
that if they do quads first, they don't have a lot left for hamstrings. And yes, you can do hamstrings first and quads second, which did work well for a while. And I think it did definitely help me to bring up my hamstrings. But I think separating them can work really, really well with a lot of people if you just because they're such, quads especially, but hamstrings too,
Yeah.
big body parts. You really need to focus on them.
Yeah.
And that's why. So when I explained it to him, he said, this kid, Kevin, he was like, I'm definitely going to try it. So I'm interested to see when I see him next in the gym to see
Yeah.
if he tries it. But I was glad to give him that piece of advice. But my overall, that was the specific question he asked me.
Yeah.
But I said to him, I think he was only like 19 years old. I said, you have a long way to go. You need
Yeah.
to experiment. You need to track your results. You need to try new things because even though some person might say to you, the only way to build a big chest is with, you know, bench press, or the only way to build a big back is deadlift, so the only way to build
Yeah.
big legs is back squats. It's not true. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody's structure is different. Everybody's bodies react different. I'm like, you got to try everything. Give it 6 to 8 weeks, whatever it is that you're trying, whether it be a rep scheme or body parts, but whatever. Try new things and see what works for you because we're all individuals. So,
Yeah. Yeah. So,
and also the body's very adaptable, which is why I say our
okay.
bodies are adaptable machines. So you
Yeah.
keep doing, you're not going to be able to do the same thing. I
Yeah.
see, I see it all the time. I used to see it all the time. It used to make me crazy. People doing the same routines, the same everything in the gym, years and years go by, and they look exactly the same. And
Yeah.
I always would just say to myself, are they happy with that?
Yeah.
Or do you come in the gym to progress? I mean, like, you can't just
Some just come
expect
to the same. I know guys that did the same routine every.
every week they
They
come in
look
chest,
they
bench
look
press,
great. I
front
mean,
press.
consistent. They kept looking the same, and maybe they were happy looking like
If
that, you know?
if that's their deal, that sure, if you're
Yeah.
happy, great. But if
Yeah.
you're going in the gym to progress, you got to make some changes. You can't do
Yeah.
the same thing over and over again,
Or,
expect different results. That is
or-
the definition of insanity.
yeah. Yeah.
So anyway,
So I guess that's it for today.
yeah, that's it for today. I think we covered some good ground.
Yeah, it was a bit of a slow week, a lot of controversy, some other things, but I don't want to get into that stuff. Uh, Next week we'll be back just before the Arnold. Maybe there will be a couple more competitors going in. Maybe others will pull out. We don't know. Uh, I don't know what contests are there this
I don't
week.
know if there's any pro men's open shows coming up.
Let me see. Uh, 28. Um, no. Open
Yeah, I think.
bodybuilding, there's nothing. Uh,
So what starts
oh,
coming? What comes after the Arnold Classic
Puerto
UK? What
Rico,
starts?
no, that's Masters. FIBO, FIBO, and there's the Open on April 18th. I was asked to go today, but I can't because that week, the week after, there's the first there's a pro event in Malta of the IVB and an amateur show. So I'll be taking photos. So I have to prepare for that. Then there's the muscle contest in Brazil, the Arnold Brazil, April
Oh,
24
yeah.
to 26. I mean, you know, usually Rafael Brandeo gets his Olympia qualifier from that, but we
Then
have
we
to
get
see.
into then we start getting into May where you got what New York Pro, right? And
And there's the Natural Pro, then the New
Pittsburgh.
York Pro, May 8th, then the Pittsburgh, May 16th.
Okay, so we're starting to get
So,
into the
so
seeding.
whoever does the New York would be an idiot not to do the Pittsburgh just a week later.
I wonder if that's what Kevin is what
Nick?
Nick is waiting for. I think he might be waiting for it because he just loves that New York Pro crowd.
Then there's the California State Pro, Legion,
That's always a good show.
May 30th, France, Toronto, M Pro. Then they start going to Europe. M Pro, Italy, Spain, China, Tampa, Linda Mary Pro. There's going to be open bodybuilding there.
Wait, which one?
Linda Mary Pro.
There's open men's bodybuilding in the Linda Murray
Yeah,
show?
yeah.
Wow, that's a first.
Texas Pro.
Speaking about Linda Murray, hey Linda, I want you on the show. Where
Yeah,
are you?
I'm working on that. I'm not mentioning the Masters. There's a number of Masters events as well. So then there's the Austrian Oak Pro, Italian Pro, Italy Pro, the Europa Pro, then the Olympia.
Also,
Yeah.
wow. All right. So there's a lot of shows to qualify.
Yeah, but then afterwards, after the Olympia, there's the South Korea. No, that's natural. All right. There's the Warsaw Pro in Poland, Mexico, EVLS, Dubai, France. No, that's natural. Slovakia. That's a new one, I think. Poland, Romania. That's a big one. The Romania one.
Always.
Benwi. No, that's natural. The Big Evolution. No, that's natural as well. And the Spain Pro is the last one of the year, I think. Yeah. There's a lot of events. Yes, and
Yep.
Nick has to get his butt at an event and qualify for the Olympia, man. So
Listen, guys, I'm sure he's got a plan.
yeah. Listen, there's those bodybuilders like Quincy. What was it, Quincy? That placed second like 6 times last year. What's his name?
Oh
Quincy?
yeah, yeah. I haven't heard much about him this year.
Listen, we can't forget about him, huh? Uh,
He's a wrecking ball. That guy could
yeah,
really do
he
well.
was off. That guy can, that's why like Nick, you have to get your bloody qualifier out of the way because you get guys like this can beat him on shape.
Yeah, but I haven't heard anything about him. I haven't seen
What's his
anything
name?
off season.
Quincy? Is it Quincy?
I don't remember now because my brain is fried. I feel like it's not Quincy. It's like, you
Ugh,
know, you get past age 40 and your brain just starts to go away and you can't remember anything. Quentin.
that's Quinton. Quinton, yeah.
Quentin is
We can't forget about guys like that, eh? And
no, that to me is one of the best. He could
Quinton
be
Eastwood.
potential through the roof.
Yeah.
I saw him at the Dragon's Lair months back and he was enormous. His calves were the size of most people's thighs, but he didn't. I only
This is
chatted with him
apparently
for a minute.
this is apparently one day ago. So what the hell are they doing here?
He's doing aqua aerobics. Look at him. He's with the.
1 minute. Let me put that back
uh,
up.
that,
Misconceptions on how to get jacked. Let me show you how I blew up.
and then
I didn't.
they go into the pool. Yes,
Look at the size of him.
I know. Look at him. He's bigger than all the people surrounding him put together.
Oh God.
He's probably
Little
having a
Joker,
blast.
little Joker here. But this is 40, 44 minutes ago. So
Oh, he's using some lightweight on that chest press machine.
yeah. Listen, this guy, if he gets in that tad sharper, I think last year he could have got a qualification out. He could have got a victory in one of them.
I think that he deserved to beat
Yeah.
what's his face? I can't remember
Oh, I
anybody's
can't
name.
remember any of them. But
The guy who was classic and then he went into
yeah.
um, anyway, I think he deserved last year he deserved to qualify, but he should qualify this year. He's one of the best physiques. He's
He's
almost
going,
like
he's going to do
a
Toronto.
bigger oh, is he? He's
Yeah.
like a bigger version of Patrick Moore.
Yeah. He's going to do Toronto. So he has 13 weeks to get his ass in shape.
Oh, okay. Well, get your ass in shape.
Listen, man, this can give Nick Walker problems, huh?
That can give everybody problems.
Wait, is he guest posing? He's guest posing.
Oh, he's guest posing. No,
And
that's the
when is he going
Toronto
to compete?
Naturals.
When is he
No,
going to
that's the
compete?
Toronto Naturals.
Yeah. When is he going to compete?
Why
Guy's
would he
dangerous.
guest post at the Toronto Naturals?
Yeah. The guy's dangerous. He just has to get his ass in shape. So,
He knows he's getting there. He's definitely getting there. He's a danger.
but anyways,
Well, all right. Well, we have some things ahead. We're going to try to go on to more guests for you people.
yeah, we have to get so
Working on it. Working on it.
it's still a bit of a slow time of the year. Like we said, we're not going to get into all that those
I mean, there's a
So
lot of crap that's going
we're
on, a
not,
lot of shit
I'm not
talking that
saying
we don't do.
the other media channels are not doing right by talking about what's being talked about at the moment, but I don't want to fall down, I don't want to go down that road. I have, maybe it's because I'm getting older, I have no time for it. I don't feel like fighting on Instagram and messages, and I have my
Yeah.
opinions. I told Eric before the show, um, that I'm going to keep to myself. Uh,
Yeah. Kevin and I do a lot of talking on our own,
yeah,
but
we
we
don't
don't want
have
to
to
bring
wash
stuff
our laundry in front of everybody,
now because we like to keep things positive on
Yeah,
the show.
yeah,
We'll talk about things and give our opinions on certain
yeah.
subjects, but we're
But
not going to go
you know,
down into the
but
gutter with a lot of people.
the only thing I'm going to say when people say the majority of media channels or websites or blogs are garbage, I cannot stand it when they say that because, some of the people that are saying it have no right to say it. That's all I'm going to say. You know, um,
Leave it
uh,
at that.
I did my time. I did 15 years writing articles, investigating things, getting threats from everybody. Um, I've been through it all, when you sit down and spend hours writing an article, investigating things and stuff like that, maybe you can criticize something. And I don't even do it, and I have every right to, but um, I'm just gonna leave it at that. So maybe some people forget who I am and what I did in the past, but people who know who I am know who I am. So
That's all that
so we'll see you guys next week, and
Yep.
maybe we'll have a guest, maybe not. We'll take it as it comes. You know.
Hey guys, if you have any questions for me that you want for Ask
Yeah.
Merlin, please put them
Send
in the
them.
comments or message me because I
Yeah.
love answering Ask Merlin questions. So I'd love to hear what
Yeah.
you guys want to hear the
Either
answers.
send them to me or Eric by uh private
Give me
message.
Facebook, Instagram,
Yeah.
comments on YouTube, doesn't matter.
Yeah. All right. So we'll see you guys around.
Thank you for watching.
Yep. See you later.
All right, take care.